Second quarter underway here at Giants Center in Hershey with Bishop McCourt inbounding the ball, trailing Minersville 12-6. Buckets hard to come by for these two very good offensive teams. McCourt 5 of 17 in the first quarter. Making Minersville 5 of 17. McCourt 2 of 13. Wilson's jumper from the foul line is no good. Rebounded by Maley. 6 rebounds already for Emily Maley. Wigoda fighting will get possession as Wilson was out of bounds. Minersville in blue. Naraki will inbound. Wigoda, Maley, Schofstall with 2 fouls, and Krasnuski on the floor. They run a stack. Krasnuski for 3 behind the stack. Knocks it down. Biggest lead for the Battling Miners, up 9. Thomas off the mark. Rebound tipped and controlled by Naraki. Pass tipped away. Good defense by Widmer. Thomas looking ahead. Gibbons back to Widmer. Blocked by Naraki. Rebounded Krasnuski and a foul. We're getting a glimpse as to why Minersville only gives up 32 points per game.
Yeah, and that's just a frustration foul by Widmer, but that's the best way to create a little bit of offense is get your defense going. They get up in the passing lanes of that 2-3, but I think Minersville just does such a nice job of getting back. They rebound the ball extremely effective as well.
Sierra now with 2, 3 on the team. She's on the floor with Gibbons, Thomas, Yingling, and Wilson. Maley with the seal down low. Beautiful pass by Schofstall.
I mean, you can't draw that up any better in college against a 2-3. You penetrate middle, your post seals, and you bounce pass it in.
Good look down low. Widmer with a bucket and a foul.
Bishop McCourt's like, all right, you can do that play. I'll do it too. I'll penetrate middle and dish down low. But a nice job of Haley Thomas. You can see why they're so high on her, and she has such a basketball IQ. Her head up, getting everyone else involved, and really making everyone else around her better. She knows she's going to draw attention, so everyone else is going to be open.
65% from the line. Rebounded by Krasnuski. Minersville by 9, but the Miners turn it over. 5 turnovers on Minersville. Isabella Hunt back in for Bishop McCourt. Bishop McCourt lost in the state semis last year to North Star. Getting to Hershey for the first time since 1988. Hunt with the steal. McCourt looking transition the other way. 2-on-2. Hunt pulls up and somehow makes the shot.
Like whatever you got to do, but that's the nice play again. Defense to offense. When you want to play up tempo and you're behind, that's exactly how you create a little momentum for yourselves. John
Hahn said he has been getting good contributions off the bench from Hunt and Martin. 4 points for Hunt. The lead is 7. 2 minutes into quarter number 2. Schofstall fouled by Gibbons. That will be her first and the team's 4th. We talked about those Minersville softball teams. Abby Schofstall's mom, Rachel, won 2 of those state titles. And Abby's aunt, Brenda Ryan, was an unbelievable athlete at Minersville. Part of the state titles as well. Miners got to the state semis in 1990 and lost to fellow Schuylkill League representative Nativity BBN. Maley now with 5. You and I were talking before the game. The Schuylkill League on the girls' side has had tremendous success in the state championships. A really good area of girls' high school basketball in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, that puts a lot of pressure on yourselves. You want to be competitive as all the other teams have. You don't want to be that team that doesn't make it.
Maley run over by Thomas. It'll be a foul on Maley. That is her first and the team's 4th. Haley Thomas, still looking for her first points, will go to the line after this injury timeout.
Maley really taking a beating this game. I mean, both sides of the floor just really getting beat up.
I wonder if that was maybe a knee she got to the midsection as Thomas was elevating. Of course, Darren Holm was trying to get a charge out of the deal, but it looked like a good call from here. Maley will head to the bench. Spence is back in.
Yeah, definitely not in position, I don't think, to take a charge. That's the right call, but I think the wind certainly was knocked out of her. A knee to the stomach I don't think that ever feels good.
And it's not a shooting foul, so Thomas will not go to the line. So correct that. Right off the inbounds, Yingling misses the layup. Good look. Rebounded by Minersville. Shofstall, 2-on-2. Krasnuski off the mark with that one, well short, and the court will take over. I don't think it's going to deter her, though. She likes to shoot, and she's very good at it.
I was going to say, I don't think that matters. I think in a shooter's mind, she's thinking, crap, that was an air ball. I need to get back on the offensive end, so when I touch the ball, I can shoot again and make up for it.
Gibbons hands it off. Wilson, good ball movement. Hunt now with 6 off the bench.
Nice pull up from Hunt. Realizes that the defender is not with her anymore after the shot fake, and that was someone who Coach Hahn said he really thought that she needed to come off the bench and step up today.
Lead back down to 7. Shofstall had it knocked away. Gets it to Wigoda. Wigoda, blocking foul called on Wilson. Or make it Thomas, I should say. That's her second.
And it hurts to have Haley Thomas with 2 fouls already with 4:38 to go in the second. You already know you have a bullseye on your back, and now in the state championship game, you have 2 fouls. Minersville certainly going to be coming after her.
7 points now for Wigoda, who's 63% from the line. Wilson is going to stay in as Michaela Martin replaces Clara Wilson. Wigoda trying to push the lead back to 9. It's been as high as 11. Unable to do so, but gets the rebound and will head right back to the line as Hunt is called for her first. And that's the thing with this Minersville team, that they have so many weapons.
Yeah, and they don't stop. They hustle. I mean, everyone defensively and offensively crashes the boards. They're getting on the floor. I mean, they push and transition, and they have a lot of scorers, like you mentioned.
Maley will return, replacing Vence. We'll go to now 2 of 4 from the line, and a foul as Naraki got the rebound and was bumped by Martin. That is her first, and now the 7th on the team, so a 1-and-1. 3rd straight trip to the line for the Battling Miners. Should be Naraki shooting a 1-and-1. Sarah, a senior, looking at Elizabethtown or Cedar Crest, shoots 67% from the stripe.
Yeah, and Steve Dedler, I trust. You had it way before the rest.
17 fouls. Naraki averages 7 points, 2.5 rebounds per game. She will get another. I mean, how about this senior class? 110-6 coming into today, yet they never got past the second round of the state tournament until this year.
Yeah, I mean, and that's pretty incredible. And when you have senior leadership like that have been through it and never been here, that's pretty tough to go against because you know they have that competitive spirit in them.
First 2 points for Naraki, back to an 11-point lead. Both schools with tremendous support here on a Thursday afternoon. Where else would you rather be? Science class or the Giant Center?
Giant Center all day.
Yingling looking along the baseline. Hunt, and the foul. What a first half for freshman Isabella Hunt.
Hunt really able to come off the bench and make a mark here. Bishop McCoy a little slow to get scoring early on, but she certainly has come in and made those contributions that Coach Hahn desperately wanted.
Averages 3.8 a game, doubling that, heading to the line where she shoots 34%, trying to finish a 3-point play. It'll stay 23-14 Minersville. Midway through quarter number 2 in Hershey. Game 1 of 12 for you this weekend on PCN. Maley, great position, and what a feed again by Shofstall.
Man, Hunt went to help up. They thought that, maybe Minersville was going to reverse the ball, and Maley just wide open for an easy 2.
7 for Maley. Abby Schofstall, another assist, over 240 on the year. Long 3 by Gibbons is short. Naraki on the outlet pass for Schofstall. Finds Maley again, and Maley converts. 8 in the quarter, 9 in the game, and a timeout for Bishop McCourt's John Hahn with his team down by 13. Well, she shook off the injury, and she's back with 9 points in the game.
I mean, she is such a strong presence defensively and offensively, but how about Schofstall? I mean, just running the show, getting out in transition, getting right to the middle of the lane, drawing that defender up. Hunt helps up, which you never do, leaves Maley wide open.
27-14, Minersville in front in game 1 of this afternoon's doubleheader. Coming up next at 2 o'clock, it will be the single A boys championship game here on PCN. Girard College will take on Kennedy Catholic. Matt Martucci, Phil Shaner have the call of that one for you on PCN coming up at 2 o'clock this afternoon. Meg and I back tonight for the second and final girls game of the day in Class 4A. Bethlehem Catholic will take on Villa Maria, back to Hershey for a second straight year. John Hahn, his team down by 13. The champs out of District 6. Their losses this year to Altoona, Forest Hills twice, and to Bedford. He said, though, the second time they played Altoona, Thomas was not 100%. She was ill, and they kind of clicked. She realized, and the team realized, that she doesn't have to do everything. And he said they really took off from that point about 8 games ago. Yeah,
once you just don't sit back and rely on one player to take over a game at all times, and you realize, like, a player like Hunt can step in and be a spark off the bench for you. It really creates a team atmosphere. Okay, thank you, Hunt, right on cue.
That? She's listening to you. 10 for the Frosh. 27-16, Minersville in front. Here's Schofstall with the ball. 3 points, 4 rebounds, 6 assists already. Naraki open on the swing pass. She knocks down the 3. Third 3 for the Battling Miners. They're up 14. Thomas trying to get on the board. Takes it to the hoop this time and will head to the line when we come back. Good drive by Haley Thomas. She'll shoot 2 in a moment. 2:36 to play first half. Minersville in front of Bishop McCourt, 30-16. Love high school sports on PCN? Become a fan on Facebook or follow us on Twitter. Just add @PCN TV for a look behind the scenes of the PIAA Championships. 2:36 to play first half at Giant Center. Haley Thomas, who averages nearly 24 a game, looking for her first 2 as she heads to the line. Mentioned she will be an environmental engineering major at St. Francis of Pennsylvania next year. That was her 212th free throw attempted this year in 30 games.
Wow. Well, that says she gets to the line.
That's how you score.
Right.
Now 1,939 points. A school record broke Patty Bradley's record of 1,685 that had stood since 1980. Patty Bradley went to the 84 Olympic trials. She was a great track and field athlete at Villanova, a 2-time Pennsylvania State champion track, and Bishop McCourt. Her record stood for 37 years. Maley misses the layup. Wilson has the rebound.
Yeah, what a nice entry pass by Schofstall. Jeez.
Gibbons had that left foot slip across the baseline, turned over to Minersville. Michaela Gibbons will be a 2-sport athlete at Mount Aloysius next year, playing basketball and volleyball. Very impressed with student athletes who can do that at the next level, play 2 sports.
Yeah, absolutely. Barely manage one.
Very tough to do. Kristen is back in for Minersville. That is she with the ball.
Look at Maley just pointing where she wants the ball for the way that she wants to seal. I'm so impressed with her as a post. I mean, she's trying to tell her teammates, get it to the corner, I'm sealing low. I mean, that's pretty high basketball IQ as a post in high school.
You talked about McCourt getting out of the zone. They have turned up the pressure here defensively in this half court, playing man.
Yeah, you got to extend that a little bit more. Minersville passes the ball extremely well. You got to get up in those guards, make them make some difficult passes.
Schofstall quickly back in for the Batlin Miners. Hunt couldn't quite keep that inbounds. Boy, she has had an amazing first half.
Yeah, she has certainly come in and made her mark. As Coach Hunt, she was one of the players that he said before the game that really looking to step up, and she'd been playing well all playoff season.
Hunt with 8 points in the quarter, 10 in the game. 90 seconds left in the half. Minersville with the ball, up by 13. Krasnuski has to give it up. Wigoda showing the handle. Bentz in the lane. There's points off the bench for Jared Homa's team.
Man, look at that. Just one defensive breakdown by Bishop McCourt. They're able to find the open player and get another easy look. They just passed the ball so well.
Thomas fouled and will go back to the line. That will be on Maley, her second, team foul number 7 on Minersville.
Thomas really working hard down low. I mean, she's very aggressive to the basket. That was one of the first things Coach Hunt said. We know she's a shooter, but she gets to the rim. And this is a great way for her to generate some points by getting the free throw line.
Talked about her breaking Patty Bradley's mark. The Bradleys, a prominent family at McCourt. Tom Bradley, former Penn State assistant, now at UCLA, a brother. Dr. Jim Bradley, a brother, is the Steelers orthopedic surgeon.
Did both of my ACL surgeries.
Then he's a very good surgeon. They are from McCourt, brothers and sisters. Jack Ham, former Steeler, NFL Hall of Famer, is a former Crusher, as well as Artrell and Andrew Hawkins, brothers who played in the NFL. That's pretty good representation from Bishop McCourt.
That's not too shabby.
2 for 2 for Tom as she has 3 points. .45 left in the half. Krasnuski knocks down Minersville's 4th three of the game. She has 8 points. Lead at 16, biggest of the game. Yingling from just beyond the foul line knocks it down. Ronnie Yingling with 6.
A nice move from Yingling. She realized Kristen went for the steal. Just a simple bounce into the free throw line area. Easy too.
Schofstall recognizing final seconds of the half, pulls it out with her team up 14. Schofstall underneath Wigoda, blocked by Hunt, but a foul with 2.1 to play.
I mean, I love how Schofstall interior passes. I mean, she dribbles, brings that defensive pressure to her, and then always is head up, finding that open man down low on the blocks.
We'll go to 2 of 4 from the line. Hunt picking up the personal, her second. Jared Homa wisely gets Schofstall off the floor for the final 2 seconds. She has 2 fouls. Alex Krasnuski, the younger sister of Adrian, will check in. Wigoda, 2 for 2 in double figures with 10. And that'll be the end of the first half. After a slow start offensively for both teams, Minersville was able to kick it into gear. A 25-point second quarter for the Batlin Miners as they look for their first state championship after 16 minutes in the girls' AA title game. It's the Batlin Miners 37, Bishop McCourt 21. Mike Zambelli and Jim Wills have your halftime show from Giant Center right after this.